Hey guys, it's Will from RevolutionaryLifestyleDesign.com coming at you again with another bodybuilding video here. This is how to build muscle mass, which I not so humbly called the definitive guide because building muscle mass is actually extremely simple. There's just a ton of white noise from the bodybuilding industry, the supplement industry, from the bullshit YouTube fitness superstars who are selling all kinds of confusion and all kinds of supplements that don't work when these guys are really on steroids. It is way, way, way more simpler than almost anyone thinks. And I broke this stuff all down into an article. In fact, I believe that pretty much the majority of bodybuilding can be broken down into 7 or 8 articles, the ones that I have up on my site right now. So this one's a bit longer, but let's get started. Basically, the internet is the greatest knowledge builder of all time. The main problem is the white noise. So we got to simplify everything so that you guys know exactly what to do. And I've broken it down into 4 points. So the first point is maintain a caloric surplus. To get bigger, you need to eat more. When you overexert a muscle, you create micro tears, and for that muscle to grow, you have to eat more nutrients than your body needs to accommodate the new muscle. Most of you guys know that already. What you don't know is how much you need to eat. So on every forum, you've got every big guy on there telling you to eat, don't stop eating, all this shit. Well, what's going to happen if you do that is you're going to get fat. You're going to put on muscle, but you're also going to become fat. Because what they don't tell you is eat a ton and take steroids. So I've been through that cycle at least 3 or 4 times. I'm a natural ectomorph, which means I'm naturally very skinny. But I've still found myself getting fat. I would put on muscle, put on fat, and then I'd spend half the year cutting that fat down and losing the majority of the muscle. Also, I'd look like shit for half the year because, I'd be out of shape. I'd be bulky and look decent with a shirt on because I'd have some bulk. But then when my shirt came off, I was a muscular fat guy, which doesn't look good. So 1 pound is 3,500 calories, and there's only so much you can gain as a natural trainee, and if you're just ramming calories down your throat, if you've got an excess of 20,000 calories a month, 1 or 2 pounds of that might be muscle, and the rest of it's going to be fat. It is really not the way to go. All you need to do is eat enough to be in a caloric surplus, but not any more that you're getting fat. So when you start getting a roll, that doesn't mean keep shoving this stuff down your throat. It means it's time to stop that bulk, or at least slow down because you've gone too far. But check out the links in my articles on how to bulk up while minimizing fat gain. I've got a specific article on that. Number 2 is getting adequate protein. Most of you guys who've been reading bodybuilding stuff know that you need an adequate amount of protein. What you don't know is how little that amount of protein actually is. It's about 70 to a maximum of 120 grams of protein. Now that doesn't include hardcore professional bodybuilders who've got 100 pounds of lean muscle on their frame. They're in a different league altogether, and I don't know anything about that. All I know is they are on an insane amount of extremely dangerous drugs, and the majority of women don't like their physique. So I think that's not a good route to go. I've got 50 pounds of muscle, lean muscle right here, as you can see. 40 pounds of that is natural. The extra 10 pounds is unnatural. And I eat about 100 grams of protein at the most. A lot of days I'm sitting at probably 70 or 80 grams of protein. So much that I don't even count protein. I just eat meat twice a day, and I'm good. And that worked when I was natural, and that works when I'm unnatural. You don't need to shove this stuff down your throat. And when you check out my article here, you'll see 5 links to different scientific studies. Wahlberg et al. Tarnopolsky et al., Lemon et al., and Tarnopolsky again, all show that you don't need more than 120 grams of protein to gain weight. And that's for, a lot of that is for guys who are already big. So to maintain, you could maintain maybe on even just 70 grams a day. Not to mention eating 200, 250 grams is hell on your kidneys and hell on your digestive system. I remember when I was trying to do that, my GI tract would always be irritated. I'd feel bloated. Sometimes I'd wake up with heartburn. It's really not a good way to go, and it's not necessary at all. Number 3, utilize progressive resistance. So muscles grow through hypertrophy. That means they only grow after being pushed to their maximum contraction or muscular fatigue. What this does is causes micro trauma or a tiny damage to the muscle. With enough calories, the muscles heal and become stronger. But the important thing is the strength of your muscular contraction. So let me break this down for you. The amount of weight you can lift is only important as a measurement of your muscular contraction. It's the muscular contraction that fuels the growth. You know, you make a stronger muscular contraction than you did the week before. You eat enough and your body repairs stronger. You know, it's the old adage of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I can tell you that if I had access to a pounds per square inch machine where I could measure the exact amount of contraction that I was doing to, you know, a micro level, I would take that over weights any day because weights are actually a pretty inefficient measurement of muscular contraction. But, you know, we work with what we have and they work perfectly well. So keep that in mind. To get bigger, you have to get stronger. That applies in almost all cases. To some degree, you can shape the muscles using specialization exercises. But think about it like this. If you can bench press 400, 500 pounds, you're going to be fucking huge. If you can bench press 300 pounds, you're going to be big. So for the majority of you guys, just focus on getting stronger. That's all I've done. It's gotten me 50 pounds of muscle. It's gotten me 40 pounds naturally. Once you get to this point, I'm doing a bit of shaping right now with different exercises. But even on those shaping exercises, I am focusing on getting stronger. Okay, it's the most important thing. You know, whether it's machines versus free weights, doesn't matter. High volume versus low volume training, doesn't matter. Eating before workout versus after workout, doesn't matter. Pyramid versus reverse pyramid, doesn't matter. You just fucking get stronger, okay? Just get stronger in the gym. If you're not getting stronger, then something's wrong. The exception to that is if you're an advanced trainee, then you might be only hitting peaks once a month. But if you're new to training, every week you go in the gym, you should be getting stronger. So it's really important to get those measurements and make sure that you're getting stronger every week. And number 4 is take performance enhancing drugs. If you want to get a body looks good with your shirt on and your shirt off, you need drugs, period. You can look lean and ripped naturally with your shirt off, but with your shirt on, you'll look skinny fit. So, for example, as a natural guy, pretty much the best you can do with your shirt off is the Brad Pitt Fight Club look, which looks terrific. But with your shirt on, you're just going to look like a thin guy, to be honest. The Brad Pitt Fight Club look is maybe 30 pounds of lean muscle at about 8% body fat. You know, when he filmed that, he was maybe 160 pounds at 5. I would put him at about 5'11". So with your shirt on, you're just going to look thin. You know, in a suit or in a dress shirt, no one's probably going to know that you work out. With your shirt off, you look like a god, but, you know, with your shirt on, no one's going to know you work out. Naturally, you can look big with your shirt on because you've bulked up and you've got some fat. My natural limit, I think I hit 185, which was 65 pounds of total weight from my starting weight of 120. I looked big and bulky, but, you know, my face also looked bloated. I had a bit of a gut, so, you know, I had to tailor my my dress shirts out so that they would they wouldn't, accentuate that. And I looked like a bulky guy, but I also looked fat. It wasn't until I started using, or I used PEDs in the past, now I use pro hormones, that I actually was able to get big and lean. So just keep in mind that every guy who's big and lean, every YouTube fitness guy, every action movie star, every big guy you see in the gym is on drugs, and anyone who says they're not is a fucking liar. When guys make money off their physique and their whole sales pitch is that you can do it as well, they cannot tell you the truth because they're hamstrung by the sales pitch. And if people find out they're on drugs, they're going to say they're cheaters. They're going to say, I can't do that because I'm not willing to take drugs. So they lie. They lie to make money. Same with professional athletes, same with movie stars. These guys make a living off of how they look, and they do what it takes to get there. End of story. So performance-enhancing drugs, though, aren't limited to steroids. You can also use stimulants like caffeine, which is terrific. I've used ephedrine in the past when I used to live in Canada where it was legal. It's terrific. I use a drug or, supplement, whatever you call it, called kratom. I've got a full article on that as well as a video on it for you, which acts as a stimulant, but it's also a low-level painkiller. So that will usually give me another rep, sometimes 2 reps in the gym, because it really allows me to push through that pain point where my muscles would normally shut down on me. So basically, when it comes down to my experience, I've tried every routine in the book, and almost all of them led me to injuries from overtraining. I'm an extreme ectomorph, so I have very small joints. I also have arthritis that's in the family, so, and some type of low-level inflammation from my gut, like most people who eat a Western diet do. So I'm very sensitive to joint and muscle stiffness. To combat that, I take hyaluronic acid every day. I take collagen every day, and I keep my workouts very short and very brief, and I stick to one set only. One set to my absolute failure, and that's it. And all I do is focus on getting stronger. It's a completely minimalist routine. I don't like to spend all my time in the gym. The gym for me is a means to an end. I don't believe in this bodybuilder lifestyle. If I didn't have to work out, I wouldn't work out. It's a means to an end, so that, I can get back and focus on my mission, which is building this business, building my Amazon business, doing all kinds of things that I'm super focused on. So the minimalist routine is the way to go. I use low volume training at a high intensity because it's more efficient than high volume training and is much easier on my joints. The less I have to lift, the better. And I primarily use compound movements because they're more efficient than isolation exercises. I've added some isolation exercises recently to do some shaping, but the form that I have here is built on compound movements. And just to add to the minimalist routine, when you truly push to fatigue, the reason I don't do a second set, another reason is because when you've truly pushed to fatigue, that second set's going to be useless. If I push to fatigue on the first set, that second set, I'm going to be able to do maybe 80% of my max, which means I won't be getting stronger. Not getting stronger, not useful as far as I'm concerned. So that's pretty much it, guys. You can read a million different articles on a million different things, and I get guys asking me, do you do protein shakes? Do you eat before or after a workout? Do you take BCAAs? All this fucking shit that you don't need. You need those 4 things. You can add the extra stuff if you want to, but you focus on those 4 things, you will get bigger and you will get the body you want. Muscle building is very simple. So just turn out the white noise, put your head down, work, be dedicated, and make it happen. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and all the best.